Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Rose's Express Tips. I'm Rose Johnson with Insurance License Express, and today I'm going to share with you some tips for preparing and passing your state insurance license exam. So, first and foremost, when you embark upon a study program for an exam of this caliber, you're going to need study materials, right? There's a ton of companies that offer study materials. So before you actually get started in preparing for the exam, you need to choose the right study materials. And there's a ton of companies that offer them. But here are a couple of considerations you'll want to take into account before you purchase any courses or study guides of any sort. So first, when you're doing your online research, read those customer testimonials. Also, any online reviews that are available to you, those will give you a better understanding of the quality of the course and what others have found helpful, or in some cases, maybe not so helpful. The second consideration, make sure that any materials you're looking at cater to your learning style and your time frame. The last thing you want is to purchase a course or any materials and find out that they expire before you're ready to take the exam. And if you're like most people, you're probably on the go a lot, so you might enjoy a course that's accessible through an iPad or a tablet computer, like mine. So once you think you've found a course for a fair price and you've determined that it suits your learning styles and time frame, the next thing you want to consider is, are there any materials that have to be shipped to you? It's no fun when you're ready to start studying for the exam and come to find out you won't get the materials you need for 5 to 10 business days. Oh, unless you want to pay extra shipping charges. And who wants to do that anymore? We live in an immediate society, so you might as well find the information out before you get started. Oh, and one other key consideration, make sure that there's an online instructor available to you who you can contact when you encounter any challenging topics. You'll want their help quickly and easily, and you don't want to have to wait days and days for them to get back to you about a question that you have. So, you found the right materials, you're ready to get started. Here's where the three key study tips come into play. Tip number one, make sure that you read what you're going to read about. This may sound a little verbose, but what I mean by that is read your online or printed course syllabus, your orientations, and your unit objectives. When you're preparing for the exam, you want to find out what is the most important information I need to take away from this material. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, read the course content, read it a second time, and read it a third time. Statistics show that the human memory needs to be exposed to something at least 3 times before it can retain it and recall it. So as you're going through something, if you don't feel like you can recall that information easily, keep reviewing it. You'll be much better off, trust me on that one. So tip number three, take your quizzes and practice tests seriously. I don't mean take them over and over again until you have them memorized. If you choose a wrong answer, find out why the right answer is right. By teaching yourself that information, you'll be much better prepared for sitting for the real exam. Because, as you may know, all of the quizzes should be designed to be multiple choice, because that's how the real exam is. So when you're taking the real exam, there may be very valid answers, but you need to read the question correctly and make sure that you're choosing the best answer, obviously. So there you have it. Find the right course for you. Make sure it has all of the learning tools that you need to succeed. Once you've found it, make sure you read the course content thoroughly over and over again until you can recall it easily. Trust me, if you follow my tips, I know you'll pass your exam the first time with flying colors. So thanks again for tuning into this week's episode. If you enjoyed the information I shared with you today, you can show your support by clicking the like button, which is located just below the video. Or if you'd like to share it with others, you can do that by clicking the share button and sharing it through one or all of your social networks. And thirdly, if you found the information I shared with you today extremely helpful and you can't afford to miss out on any other tips or tricks that I can share with you about the insurance industry, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking the submit button, which is located in the top right corner of the screen. Thanks again for tuning in today, and I wish you the very best of studying.